yet, but like day 10 is a big accomplishment, I think. Thank you guys so much for watching thus far, and thank you for all the amazing comments. You guys have killed it in the comment section this year. I absolutely love it. So thank you for letting me know how much you're loving the series so far. Obviously, it's a winner. So in saying that, I don't know why I said it's a winner before I unwrapped this guy. Do you want to pass it to me?
I think it's already a fail just because you've said it.
Yeah. Yesterday's and today's is from JB Hi-Fi, which is like Australian's version of Best Buy. That's how I would say it. So these are pretty well available to everybody. Ooh, I got a cover straight away. It's another Cult Cinema. Scarecrows. Oh my god, this is gonna be horrendous. Oh my god, actually this looks fun. I'm not mad at this at all. I don't know the last time I watched a film about scarecrows which wasn't like Wizard of Oz. In the Tall Grass, I guess, is technically the last scarecrows, or what was the movie we went and saw at the cinema?
Scary Stories.
Yeah, Scary Stories to Tell.
Well, they had like, yeah, one of the things, and that was it.
Yeah, scarecrows don't get that much love.
Is Jeepers Creepers a scarecrow?
No. Well, I mean, he pretends to be a scarecrow for like one scene, but no, not really. He's not a scarecrow. He's more of, yeah, that's a whole different story. Trespassers will be mutilated is the tagline for this one. It's a film by William Wesley, and it says, after a band of ex-military criminals pull off a multi-million-dollar heist, was not expecting that. They head to Mexico on a plane, taking 2 hostages. What is this? This is so complicated. Along for the ride. To get to a field with a scarecrow, really? Sorry, the 2 hostages they take along for the ride are the pilot and his daughter. As the thieves fly south, one of their crew steals the loot and parachutes into a dark, eerie cornfield. Hell-bent on revenge, the group race to intercept their associate and reclaim their newly stolen prize. Once again, we're seeing these blurbs, like that was just one of the paragraphs, and there's a whole other paragraph. I am not obviously going to go into that because I feel like now I know the whole setup of the film. Yeah, I mean, I would have just said like a bunch of criminals find themselves in a cornfield and blah, blah. I just feel like that's so much information. Then I'm going to be watching it happen and know where it's going. Oh, they're gonna land in this. Oh, they're gonna take this person hostage. I feel like there's so many spoilers on the back of DVDs, and maybe I'm not in touch with that because I don't buy a lot of DVDs. I watch a lot of VOD, and you guys know I go to the cinemas at least once, twice a week. So very interesting to see that. Anyway, I'm into this. It's 1988, so we got like a, you know, late 80s, early 90s film about scarecrows. I'm not mad. We'll see if I'm mad. Guys, I just finished Scarecrows. I just had to get my camera because it was charging downstairs. This film is from 1988 and it's by William Wesley. William Wesley got his career, I guess, like, or his background is he used to shoot training videos when he was in the army and like doco kind of videos. So you can definitely see that come through in this film. Surprisingly, I don't know if it's surprisingly because after I read the blurb and saw how like in depth the whole backstory as to how they get, you know, around these scarecrows is, it's very action-packed. And it's a lot of like men running around with guns. Not really like a killer scarecrow theme. It's just not the first thing I think of when I think of like scarecrows. I think of, you know, road trips with things going wrong, or, you know, Children of the Corn or something like that. So yeah, it's not really my style in that aspect. I'm not a huge action fan, you guys know that. And there's some really bad special effects, especially at the start. Like one of the guys like throws a grenade and it's like the most laid on top additional like effect of it, like it's just laid straight on top of the video of the explosion. So there was things like that that I was kind of eye rolling at, but I have to say I didn't mind a lot of aspects of this film. As I said before, it is about some people who are on this heist and they're like in this plane kind of circling. And the cool thing about what we read in the back of the blurb is it doesn't give away too much because that actually happens in the first couple of minutes. It doesn't actually show the heist and the criminals getting away. It just cuts straight to the plane and it has a voiceover of someone on the radio like talking about how there's this crazy police chase going on at the moment. So that explains it all really quickly. So I did like that it didn't give away too much. So in the plane, they're running away from this heist and the police and everyone is after them, and then one of the guys takes the money and gets out of the plane. So then they're kind of circling, and a huge aspect of this film, or the way it kind of works, is they're all talking over walkie-talkies, I don't know what it's called, like the headsets to each other throughout the movie. So that's kind of how you're getting the storyline of them talking back and forth. But in saying that, there's some really cool aspects that I loved, surprisingly. The scarecrows were done in a really cool way. I'm not gonna ruin everything, but they had a way of like making people think that they were hearing things, and it's got to do with like the walkie-talkies. I thought it was really clever, and it took me a second to kind of like pick up what was going on, because at the very start, the guy who like took the money and ran, his inner dialogue was as a voiceover, which was quite strange. I wasn't sure if he was saying it to himself, but then I realized his lips weren't moving. He was in the darkness, so I wasn't too sure what was going on. But there was really cool aspects of the scarecrows. The way they attack the people is really cool. And some just really cool scenes that come out of that, and like figuring out how like the whole killer scarecrows works in this movie, I felt like was a really fun part of it. So I didn't think it was that bad in that respect. I actually thought the characters were done really well. Instead of just being plain bad guys, they had a lot of different personalities between them, and a couple of them were really likable. So I thought that was done really well. But other than that, it's really not my taste. But I didn't mind it. I didn't hate it. I thought that it was a weird mashup of having these really cool aspects to these scarecrows while having an action film. It just didn't seem to mesh. But I think that's cool. I think that's something that's a cool crossover, something that you wouldn't usually expect. And I think that's when a lot of really good horror movies happen. There was that one, I'll put the name up here, I forget what it's called, but it had James Franco in it, and it was meant to be like about a bank robbery, and then something went wrong. And I like those kind of films, like Don't Breathe, where it's like them breaking into a house and then there's a whole different aspect to it. I really like that, because you think that something's gonna be what causes the tension, but then something else happens. And I think that's like a really cool, fresh way to see horror. But overall, I'm probably not gonna give this one a great score. I was thinking like a 5 out of 10, but when I really look at it, I feel like I'm just like trying to find the fun in it, and I didn't mind watching it. I was interested in it, but is it a good film? No. So I'm gonna give this one a 4 out of 10. This one was hard because I can see the benefits in it, but also not my kind of taste. So it's one of those things where you're kind of like battling if personally you'd recommend this film or you'd recommend it to a large crowd. But if you guys like 80s flicks with a little bit of action and you like a little bit of horror twist, then you'll love this kind of film. I totally recommend it if you do. And it really wasn't that cheesy, to be honest. So yeah, that is Scarecrows. That was a very strange installment in 12 Days of Christmas, but actually they've all been kind of strange. We've got 2 days left, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. It's been a treat. Here is yesterday's video. If you missed out, here it is. And here's something else I've been working on. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for another 12 Days of Christmas. Bye, guys.